With the passage of the American Rescue Plan Act, the federal government extended several of the voluntary tax credits available to employers for providing paid leave to employees under the former FFCRA for emergency paid sick leave and emergency federal Family Medical Leave Act leave. The extension of the tax credits runs from April 1st of this year through September 30th of this year. It includes an extension of the tax credits that are available for the original EFMLA and EPSL qualifying reasons, and it adds 3 new qualifying reasons, including when an employee is getting the vaccine, if an employee is recovering from complications due to receiving the vaccine, and if an employee is seeking or awaiting the results of a COVID-19 test due to exposure or an employer requirement. So it adds those 3 categories as qualifying events for leave under the EPSL or EFMLA. The American Rescue Plan Act also resets the 80 hours available for emergency paid sick leave. If you remember, the FFCRA provided 80 hours of emergency paid sick leave, but that was it. It was a hard cap. The American Rescue Plan Act restarts that 80 hours as of April 1st this year. It's important to note that the American Rescue Plan Act tax credits for this paid leave are voluntary, so an employer does not need to offer them if they do not want to. A couple of other changes in the ARPA. First, it expands or increases the Emergency Family Medical Leave Act credit from $10,000 to $12,000. If you recall, the Emergency Family Medical Leave Act provided for paid leave at 2/3 of an employee's regular rate of pay for 10 weeks up to $10,000. That credit has now been increased to $12,000. In addition, the ARPA expanded Emergency Family Medical Leave Act eligibility to all categories that provide for eligibility for emergency paid sick leave. Prior to the passage of the ARPA, Emergency Family Medical Leave Act leave was only available if you had a child whose daycare or school was closed or childcare provider was otherwise unavailable due to COVID-19. Finally, one last change that the ARPA made to this tax credit available for paid leave is that it disqualified employers from receiving the credit if they treated highly compensated individuals, full-time employees, or employees with more tenure differently than they treated part-time employees or employees who did not fit within those categories. So those are some of the changes that the American Rescue Plan Act put into place that are relevant for employers who are going to be offering paid leave to their employees for COVID-related reasons.